Welcome, friends. This is the Tim McKern Show, the Pick Six podcast, presented by Tullamore Dew. It's a two-man versus the world. It's just me and Iggs tonight.
What the fuck is good? What the fuck is going on here?
This is the second to last week. I mean, Tim has a very good excuse. He just had a child. Congratulations to Tim and Anne-Marie. Mazel tov to them. God bless. But the other three, I don't know. It's very suspect. It's very suspect that there's only two people really in contention, and everyone seems to drop off the face of the earth. And you and I mean, you're in contention. I'm certainly not.
Yeah, this is like fantasy baseball. When you're out of contention, you just don't put a lineup together. You don't show up, and you give people free wins.
Right.
That's because they're eliminated. They're out. And Joe, he wasn't want to come face the music that he sucked out 2 wins last week.
Yeah, well, it's just me and Iggs versus the world. It'll be interesting to see how the people respond to just you and me. I think this is going to be a great podcast, but we'll see. But this is all presented to you by Tullamore Dew. Celebrate your favorite team's touchdown this year with Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey. May their feet be swift and their aim true. May the refs be forever in your favor and their whiskey always Tullamore Dew. Tullamore Dew, the original triple blended, triple distilled, smooth sipping Irish whiskey, made exactly for game day moments like this. When it's game time, it's Tully time. Please enjoy Tullamore Dew responsibly. Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey, imported by William Grant & Sons Inc., New York. And Iggy and I are both in our Ryan Kelly, the home loan expert studios. Get pre-approved or refinanced. Ryan and his team will take care of you. Tim's got refinanced. Doug's got refinanced. Ryan and his team, they'll just take care of you quick, fast, in a hurry. Give them a call. Ryan is the best. Just go online at thehomeloanexpert.com, the Ryan Kelly Home Loan Expert Studios. All right, Iggs, let's take a look at the standings. We got 2 weeks left. AFC, NFC title is this weekend. We got the Chiefs and the Bengals, and we have the Rams and the pause, Niners. And so most of the gentlemen have sent their picks in last week. Let's check how we did last week. Prod Joe went 3-0, and Iggy, you seem to have a comment about Prod Joe's picks last week.
Well, I mean, he should have went 1-2. I mean, two of his wins were Kelsey with a touchdown and Hill with a touchdown. And I've already said it that I've gotten fucked because of Navy.
Right.
But without that Navy debacle of a block punt, you go ahead and or a fake punt, add 5 wins to my total. Another week when I had my golf picks and we went late and I couldn't make them because we went a day later, the golf picks would have went 5-1. Right. But we didn't go on a Thursday or Wednesday like we usually do, so my golf picks were fucked, and I had to pick NFL picks out of my ass with about 30 minutes to go. So I mean, there's basically 10 wins I've gotten fucked out of.
100%.
Joe has Kelsey and Hill with touchdowns. 4th and 13 for Buffalo. If they don't pick up the first down and the Kansas City cornerback doesn't fall fucking over his own feet, Kansas City takes over and runs the clock out. Done. No, we'll score a touchdown, and then Hill catches a 10-yard pass and runs 75 yards for a touchdown. Buffalo comes down and scores. And then 13 seconds left, game over. No, we'll get in field goal range in 13 fucking seconds, going to overtime, and then Kelsey catches a ball that he's bobbling out of bounds to win I mean, it's just fucking stupid.
Yep.
So he sucked out 2 wins. That's why he's not showing up tonight. He's probably watching. I guarantee he's watching to see. But, you sucked out 2 wins last week. So if you win this thing by 2, you suck. You didn't win. You didn't make good picks. You made terrible picks, and they sucked out.
Well, Prod Joe is the current. He's in second place. He's 1 pick behind Tim. Tim is betting 55% against the spread. Prod Joe, 54.6. In third place, only because of locks, our G Unit at 50.41%. He is 12-9 on his locks, while Iggy is in fourth, 61-60, 50.4% against the spread. Unfortunately, 7-12, so 36.9% with his locks. Gangster Pete, last year's champion, coming up nicely towards the end of the season, 58-60. That's 49.15% against the spread, 61% with his locks. And then yours truly bringing up the rear at an abysmal 54-67. That's 44.6% against the spread, and second to worst lock percentage at 8-13. So in my rookie season, I have performed poorly, but I think we can maybe the last 2 weeks I'll go 6-0 and salvage myself. Doubtful.
Yeah, if besides you, but the 5 of us have decent weeks, we could end up with 5 people over 50%.
Oh, absolutely. And I think let's check the podcast total. We are 365 and 355. That is 10 wins above 500, 50.7% against the spread, and 51.6% with our lock. So if you trail us all year, you're profitable. And I guess that's all that matters.
Well, maybe there's a lot of picks. You probably lose a lot of juice. What are the standings again between the top 3, not counting G Unit, just me and Tim and Joe? Because I want to see.
You want me to combine them?
No, just the totals.
Okay, so Tim is 66 and 54.
Okay.
Prod Joe is 65 and 54. Unit and you are both 61 and 60. So we legitimately could have 4 people above 500.
So I am probably eliminated because even if Tim went 0 and 6, he would be 66 and 60. I could go. No, that I would go 67 and 60. So I could. Yeah, I'm still alive.
But
I'm 4 behind Joe. Yeah, I'd have to win out, and Tim would have to lose out, and I'd win by I think a half or by a percentage point.
Sure. Well, what is it? What's the saying? So you're saying there's a chance. Let's right into it.
Yeah.
Last week we had 2 guys go 3-0. That would be G Unit and Prod Joe, but Prod Joe is up on the season, so we will go first to Prod Joe. Prod Joe's 2 picks before the lock are Cam Akers under 63.5 rushing yards and Joe Burrow over 38.5 passing attempts. So again, Cam Akers under 63.5 rushing yards and Joe Burrow over 38.5 passing attempts. All right, let's go right into G Unit, who is in 3rd place currently. He has a teaser of Chiefs -1 and Niners and Rams over 39.5. And his second pick before the lock is 9.5.
What were Joe's again? I'm sorry.
No, all good.
I just like following the guys in front of me just to see.
No, very understandable. Cam Akers under 63.5 rushing yards and Joe Burrow over 38.5 passing attempts.
Okay. Yeah, he can't play Hill and Kelsey this week because they're both a -130, which I don't know how this week they're a 130 to score a touchdown, but last week somehow they were under 120.
Probably because the Bills did have the number 1 defense in the league.
Yeah, it's true. I don't question Joe. I'm just
no, you got to poke the beehive, brother. I understand poking the beehive. All right, let's go.
I'm sorry, back to your.
Let's go. We had 2 guys go 2-1. That would be Tim McKernan and Gangster Pete. But Tim is up on the year, so Tim will pick first. Once again, congrats to Tim and Anna Marie and Jameson and the entire family.
Yeah, congratulations
for the birth of their new child. All right.
That's awesome.
Tim has, and then back-to-back weeks with the NBA picks. I'd have to think the Wizards sent him one of these, but who knows? Andrew Wiggins over 16.5 points tonight. Andrew Wiggins over 16.5.
I don't even know who that is.
A. Wiggins, he's a beaker, Canadian in nature, and he plays for the Golden State Warriors, who take on the Timberwolves tonight. His second pick before the lock would be Bengals Chiefs over 54.5. That's a pick he's been talking about a lot on Balloon Party on 101 ESPN. He likes that Bengals Chiefs over 54.5. So he's got A. Wiggins over 16.5 points, and he's got Bengals Chiefs over 54.5. All right, let's go to Gangster Pete, who is our next better to pick. Pete has Chiefs -7 and Niners +3.5. He just no teasing. No props. Pete likes to take them straight up. Chiefs -7, and he likes the Niners +3.5. All right, Iggs, you are next up. So whenever you're ready, sir, just bring the heat.
I got to figure out where I wrote them down. Oh, here we go. Chase over 87.5 yards receiving. I think that's plus 100 actually.
Gotcha.
And Kansas City, Cincinnati over 10 in the first quarter.
What was the second one? I'm sorry.
Kansas City, Cincinnati over 10 in the first quarter.
Oh, wow. The first quarter bet has been a common.
Not good for me. It's not good for me this year, but
So it's just 10 straight up, right?
Yeah, over 10 first quarter.
And then you had Jamar Chase over 87.5.
Over 87.5 receiving yards.
Got it. I like both those plays, Ig. I mean, you got to think Jamar Chase is going to be heavily targeted, and then that KC-Cincinnati game, if they get off to a quick start, I mean, I like both those plays. I like both of them a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be a shootout. I think Kansas City will get up fairly big, 14, 21 points, and they got to throw the ball. And so, yeah, he's heavily targeted anyway, but, I just hope they don't double, triple team him.
Right.
And, and we can't say Burrow's going to get sacked 10 times again.
Yeah, exactly. All right, my two plays. I really, really, really want the Niners to win. I really, really want them to win. I think they can. They're on the road, but they really aren't. So I'm going to take Niners +3.5. And I'm also going to take the Bengals +7. I'm taking a pair of dogs. I'm taking both dogs. Niners +3.5, Bengals +7. I'm not going to get into it because I am DFL and no one cares. Before we go to our locks, let's talk a little bit about James Carlton. You can get insurance anywhere. Ask yourself, what is my provider doing for me? Do I have to hit prompts? Do I have to deal with chatbots? Am I put on hold? Is it always a different person? Are they local? Are they proactive in the community? Do they represent the #1 provider of auto and home insurance in the U.S.? The James Carlton State Farm team is comprised of individuals who are right here in your neighborhood. They have over 50 years of experience in the business and have a non-threatening, customer-first approach that stands out. Give the James Carlton State Farm team a call at 314-961-4800 or go online at carltoninsurance.net to see how their approach is changing the way insurance is done in 2021. And Munganast. Iggy, you drive a beautiful Munganast whip. Tell us a little about Munganast, if you would.
I am driving the 2022 Toyota Camry. Not Camry. I'm driving the Corolla. The Corolla. Yeah. Love this car. You get up in the morning, and today was like 7 degrees. A couple days last week, it was in the single digits. Go in there, push the button, nothing. Just go back inside, turn the heat on. You don't even know it's started because it's a hybrid. And then go inside, let it warm up. Go into my car. It's nice and toasty. Everything. I love the display is right in front of me. It tells me how many more miles I got before I run out of gas. In case I'm not looking at the gauge, it's right in front of the speedometer. So you have to look at the speedometer. 293 miles before I run out of gas. Tire pressure gauges, which is perfect this time of year. In the winter, the tire goes up and down. Right. It just runs like a gem. So they're a lifesaver for me this winter. I don't have to stress about my car starting in the morning. It's a beautiful ride, nice and warm, and it drives like a dream. So I couldn't thank Jamie and Clayton enough, and the boys out at Munganast are the best.
Absolutely. We love Munganast. New vehicles, pre-owned vehicles, or get your car serviced. Munganast, StLouisAcura.com, and Alton Toyota.com. And Iggy, you mentioned the cold weather, and the only people to call when it's this cold and your furnace isn't working is Design Air Heating and Cooling. They are the best. They'll come. They'll take care of you. They took care of my parents. It was freezing out. It was actually the coldest month of the year last year, the coldest day of the year last year, and my parents' furnace went out. They were going to stay in a hotel. They were going to be screwed. We called Seth Goldcamp at Design Air Heating and Cooling, and within the hour they came out, they assessed the furnace. They realized they needed a part. Where are we going to get this part? It's impossible. It's the weekend. How are we going to find this part? They moved mountains to get us that part, to make sure that the heating was working that night, and then they came out the next week to fully finish the job. Design Air will do the exact same thing for you because they are the best. Go to designairservice.com. Don't be freezing cold, and do it now before it gets too cold and they're going to be too busy. Get to designairservice.com. All right, let's hit those locks. First up is Prajo. Prajo, who is the second place, just one pick behind Tim. 3 props this week for Prajo. He likes Mahomes' longest completion to be over 37.5 yards. Where is Prajo finding these plays?
Yeah, I don't know. They're not on either of the 2 sites we play. He must have found a third site.
Patrick Mahomes' longest completion over 37.5 yards. I'm looking at all 3 plays he has, and outside of maybe Akers, I really like a lot of these. I mean, one pass to Tyreek Hill that goes for 50. He gets that. Joe Burrow, you have to think the Bengals are going to be tossing a lot. Over 38.5 seems safe. The Akers one I'm wishy-washy on, but also I'm in dead last, so who cares? Next, we will go to G-Unit, who likes, we got a teaser here. He likes Chiefs and Bengals to go over 48.5 and the Niners plus 6.5. So again, Chiefs over 48.5, Niners plus 6.5. Let's go to our next play. That's going to go to Tim. Tim likes, sorry, Eggs, let me pull up my phone here. Tim likes Stafford's completions over 23.5. Stafford completions over 23.5 in the war zone for the Rams. That is SoFi Stadium.
Well, that seems like a lock.
Wouldn't you think?
He's going to throw the ball 50 times. He should complete over 50%. And I think for the year he's completing like 70%. Yeah, it's a nice bet by Tim. Come on, Tim, go 3-0, buddy.
Also, I think G Unit's bet was actually KC Cincinnati over 48.5, San Francisco plus 9.5. I said 6.5. That was on the spreadsheet. I believe it actually is 9.5. So apologies to G Unit.
So what's he playing at 4-point teaser?
6-point teaser. 2-team 6-point teaser on DraftKings is minus 120. I know that because my lock of the week.
No, that's fine. I didn't know what he was playing. What point teaser he was playing?
No, all good. All right. Our next gambler is going to be Gangster Pete. And Gangster Pete, another teaser. He likes Chiefs minus a point and Niners plus 9.5. Chiefs minus a point, Niners plus 9.5. All right. Iggy, you are next up, sir. Your lock of the week, if you please.
I've got a 10-point 3-team teaser.
Sure.
Rams plus 6.5.
Rams plus 6.5.
Cincinnati plus 17.
Cincinnati plus 17.
Kansas City, Cincinnati over 44.5.
What was that number for KC Cincy?
44.5.
44.5. All right. Iggy's lock of the week is in the books. That leaves just me and myself. But before I tell you my lock of the week, I want to tell you about someone who joined us this morning on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. That's Mark Hanna of Evergreen Wealth Strategies. Mark Hanna is the best. I was in a situation where I was making a little bit of money. I wanted to save it. I was just going to put it in a savings account. I'll worry about it later. That was not the right move. The right move was when I called Mark Hanna. Me and him had a couple conversations, and we talked about my financial goals, what I wanted to do for the future, what my current situation was. And from there, he educated me on the best practices to save money for the future, to grow my portfolio. And for that, I am forever grateful to Mark Hanna. And you can be grateful to Mark Hanna, too, by giving him a call at 314-889-0503 or online at evergreenstl.com. Mark is the best. Don't wait until the end. Wait until a long time from now and figure it out down the road. That's a bad plan. Giving Mark Hanna a call is a good plan. He'll get you straightened out. And every time you get off the phone with Mark Hanna, you feel better about humanity as a whole. Mark is the best. Give him a call, please. That number again is 314-889-0503 or online at evergreenstl.com. That's Mark Hanna. All right, my lock, final pick. I have a 2-team teaser, 6 points. So I like the over of 48.5 in the Cincinnati KC game. So the over of 48.5. And I'm teasing the under of the Niners Rams. So under 51.5. So over in the AFC Championship, 6-point teaser, under in the NFC Championship, 51.5. All right, that's going to do it for the Tullamore Dew presentation of the Pick Six podcast from the HomeLoanExpert.com studios. Thank you to Iggy for joining me tonight. Congrats again to Tim and Anna Marie, their new child, their entire family. Congratulations on the new child. We can't wait to see you Monday, sir. Thank you to Iggy. Thank you to Prod Joe for his picks, for Gangster Pete for his picks, G Unit for his picks. We appreciate you all. And thank you to those watching and to listening on the Tim McKernan Show podcast feed. This has been another edition of the Pick Six podcast from the HomeLoanExpert.com studios.